Well, who are you expecting? I hope you've enjoyed this recent series on what's real and what's not real that I did specially for the month of October for Halloween. I like the blue background better. Okay, so what you guys think? Try to do something a little bit different to entertain y'all, and I think it was a success. It kind of revealed a few things according to statistics. Okay. It is Sunday, November the 5th, 2006. Happy Guy Fawkes Day. Yeah, I know in America we don't celebrate Guy Fawkes Day, but it's part of the V thing. Anyhow, as of 12:01 a.m. today, my YouTube channel had been viewed 300 times. My videos had been viewed collectively 1,583 times, just shy of 1,600. I have 4 subscribers. I was trying to get 100, but I did get some extras. I had 1 originally. My most viewed video is actually not even an episode of my show. It was the Win a Date with Abby contest video. That was viewed 794 times by people who obviously enjoyed watching me make a fool out of myself trying to get a date with a hot 20-year-old in a contest that was rigged. No, I did not win. So, the top 5 videos of the 10, this is episode X or episode 10. Top 5 videos. Win a Date, 794 views. Episode 8, a new host from 2 shows ago, where we introduced the V character and staged our kidnapping to get ratings. That was 233 views. Episode 9, or Hoot, which was the Klingon episode. Today is a good day to die, or as they would say in Klingon, that was viewed 163 times. Episode 2, which was my 9/11 tribute, that was viewed 148 times. And episode 1, I'm Real, was viewed 71 times. My least popular episode that people just did not watch or care to view was episode 4, Guilt and Shame, from September 24th. That was mainly dealing with the death of Steve Irwin and tying it into societal changes and everything. That only got 20 hits, so shame on you, Guilt and Shame. Now, I'm going to give some shouts out to my 4 subscribers, and I'm going to do it alphabetically so that there is no hurt feelings because I mentioned so-and-so's name ahead of yours. So it's alphabetical order. I hope I pronounced this right, but thank you, Qualitaga. Thank you, Sweet Tina 28, T Bloom 28, and Zombie Kenny, who was also my first subscriber. Thank you. So those are the 4 subscribers. I hope to see some videos from any of you in the future so that I can see how you guys are doing. And I'm glad that you enjoy my videos enough to subscribe to them. And I wish that more people viewing my channel would subscribe, because I'm kind of out here. Just sort of being ignored. And I'm a real person. I have a message, I have feelings, and some of them are starting to get a little hurt. One thing that occurred with episode 8 and the subsequent 2 videos to make the trilogy, which, 8, 9, 10, this being 10, somebody obviously liked my videos enough that they copied the entire idea, and I'm going to address this in a special video response, which will be posted between now and next week, probably in a few hours right after I get done recording episode 10. But evidently, Cadis17 did a video, and I don't know what to think, because it's either one of a couple of things, but I'm not going to go there. But I did enjoy the video, but I still don't know quite what to make of it, and I will address that in a special video response. Now, some things that I brought up in the last 3 episodes were touching on reality, and the fact that in YouTube there's a lot of plants out here, like my little fake YouTube plant mascot, Tubi. Hi, Tubi. And some of these plants make it a little bit hard to tell who's real and who's not. And I'm beginning to think that there's only 5 real YouTube people out there who are just average Joes that I have seen, who are posting videos in any real number. And I think the rest are wannabe actors who are trying to become famous, aka Jessica Rose, who was portraying Bree or Lonely Girl 15, which that was a hoax, or Lazy Dork, who, wow, investment broker, and I don't know what else he's doing. I think he's going off to become some sort of professional gambler because he can make more money. I'm a real person. I'm a poet. Some people have questioned the reality of my book because you can't find it on Amazon.com. It's not listed in books in print. And I have a P.O. box on the one page to write for it. And I'll tell people, it's like I'll mail it to them, or I will give it to you in my personal appearances. And they're like, well, that can't be a real book. It's a real book. I'll explain why it is the way it is in my next episode, episode 11, which will be another So You Want to Be a Poet in-depth look into the world of becoming a professional poet. Wow. I should thank the people who helped with episode 8, which was the most intense of the episodes. Of course, I was dressed as Guy Fawkes, or V, from the V for Vendetta movie. For those of you who didn't quite catch the reference, I had people who at work said, "Who is B?" And it's like, no, it's not B, it's V. Charles, aka Pexter, he was my assistant who graciously helped me get tied up in the basement with duct tape, which stung taking it off. Duct tape and skin is not fun. And he was there. Of course, Purple Monkey, that was a little stab at reality. I think Purple Monkey was the only thing real about the Lonely Girls series, and he's available at Target. Also, my friend Steve Wilson, who did a wonderful job with the voice of V. I could not do a British accent. I could not do the voiceover, so he did the voiceover. I was dressed in the costume that was me, except for the stand-in V, who was Charles in the basement, who had to take my hood off and rip the tape off and torture me with Purple Monkey. So, thank you, my good friends. I couldn't have done it without you. And hey, second rated highest viewed video. I mean, it was good for me. The next video that was pretty intense was my Klingon video. And I want to thank my friend, I'm not going to give his real name, I'll give his Klingon name. He goes by Captain Crankor. Good friend, wonderful friend. He's a member of the KLI, which is the Klingon Language Institute. They're based out of Flourtown, Pennsylvania. That was started by another friend of mine, Lawrence M. Schoen, who's got a PhD, and he's in psychology, and he's a linguist. And the Klingon language that I spoke is actually a real language. This is where people get, what's real about Klingon? Oh. The language was created by a man named Mark Okrand for Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. If you remember, the Klingons in there were speaking Klingon on the Klingon ship, and when they were alone in each other's presence and wanted to say things that the Federation people could not hear, they said it in Klingon. Paramount contacted Mark Okrand and said, hey, could you create a few words based on the one or two words that were spoken in the original motion picture by the Klingon commander, and using those as a reference, can you create a series of lines that we can use? And Mark Okrand was a linguist who had too much time on his hands, but he created an entire Klingon dictionary, which was what wound up being used as the basis of the Klingon that you heard in Star Trek, The Next Generation, and subsequent TV series. It's an actual book. You can get the Klingon dictionary from Amazon.com or your favorite bookstore. It's an entire list of words. It's got a grammatical sketch on how the language is created. It's an agglutinative language, and it is a man-made language like Esperanto or Lojban. It's an artificial language, but artificial means man-made, and who made language? I mean, man. So, you can speak it, you can understand it, you can translate it. It's a language. Get over it. Deal. It may not be Spanish or French, but it's a language, and for that matter, it's like computer languages like BASIC or ASCII or C++. Those are considered languages because they enable you to communicate some way or another. Anyhow, what else do I want to touch on as being real or not real? In episode 6, that started the whole Halloween series, if you will, because I did the poem Haunted, and if you noticed, it was done in a style, when I did the reading, I did it in a style almost reminiscent of the Blair Witch Project. If anyone who remembers that dreadful film, when it first came out, and I don't mean dreadful in the way of horrible, revolting, I mean dreadful in the way of it was shot on a shoestring budget with a camcorder, and any of us could have done that, and it made millions and millions and millions of dollars, and it was presented as being real. It's like, in the woods in Burkittsville, Maryland, in 1994, three filmmakers disappeared, and this is all that was recovered, and there were actually people who were going down to Burkittsville, Maryland, running through graveyards and woods and looking for this Blair Witch and trying to find out what happened to these people for weeks, until finally it's like the actors stepped forward and said, "Hey, it's just a movie," kind of like some people on YouTube have done. And I do want to clear up something about that poem. I had mentioned it was a Seth Bellow, and it was acrostic and concrete. Seth Bellows are not concrete poems. It's just that that particular shape happened to, in my eyes, be concrete because it kind of looked like a little house on a hill, and I thought it was kind of cool. So, Seth Bellows are not concrete. The poem Haunting was a concrete Seth Bellow, if that makes any sense. I haven't been watching the time. I'm not exactly sure if I've gone over 10 minutes or not, but I have a director's account now, so I can do that if I so choose. There's not going to be any poems this time because I didn't do any poems in the 5th video. I'm not going to do any poems in the 10th video. Some of you people evidently don't like poetry. Some of you do. So I'm going to try to make my show be more representative of the demographics of my audience. So there'll be poetry 4 out of 5 shows. And every now and then I'm going to do a general rant. So I hope I can be entertaining. I hope I can get more subscribers. I hope I can bring some sort of joy and happiness to your life watching me rant on about my life. I will have one more live poetry reading this year at Borders Books in Lancaster on Monday the 13th. Monday the 13th of November at 7:30, Borders, Lancaster, across from Park City. And we don't meet in the month of December, and we'll be meeting again in January. So if you want to catch me live and buy any of my books, that's where to find me. So I hope you've enjoyed this all, and I hope you caught all the foreshadowing that was trying to tell you this was not a real kidnapping. I don't think anyone thought that I was really in any danger. I mean, I just thought it was kind of strange, but it was a way of trying to be entertaining and get some ratings and get some subscribers. So I hope I didn't turn any of you off, and I hope that you enjoyed, and thank you for watching, and I will talk to you next week. Except for K to 17, I will talk to you in my special video response coming in less than 24 hours. Talk to you later.